LDWMMAC. This is your boy, the Coach. You're live on the Coach Show, the Coach Show Live. Okay, folks, I know a lot of you, I'm talking about more than 15, ask me, Coach, what are your thoughts on Taila Santos getting popped? What are your thoughts on Taila Santos getting popped? I tell you this. Okay, let's go ahead and unpack this can of worms, okay? I'm going to unpack this. Y'all, excuse the background noise. Y'all know I do 90% of my videos in my car because I'm always going to work to and fro, and it's raining. So bear with me, guys. But listen, because you're going to get the best explanation on YouTube. Okay, you're going to get it right here. Okay, guys, look. Me personally, okay? I've always found Taila Santos to be, attractive as hell, be honest. And I know, Taila Santos don't do it for a lot of people, I always thought she was, damn. But, and I've always kind of commented, like, damn. But, man, she got a lot of muscle mass, man, a lot. And, you start thinking she got muscle mass in places where chicks ain't supposed to have it. But, nice-looking black woman, I was like, I ain't think too much about it. I said, could she be using? I said, yeah, it's a possibility. Okay, I kind of gave it like a 50-50 shot that she could probably be using. Thought so. But the guy on the right, or the guy to, I guess that's the left of her, her husband, he's done nothing. I mean, to me, I've always asked, what does he do? Guys, is he her trainer? Like, does he weight trainer? Does he strength trainer? Is he in part of a diet? I mean, what does this guy do? Maybe somebody in the comment section can tell me, what the hell does he do? The only thing I see him doing is wearing Speedos at the beach and flexing. That's it. All I do is see him flexing in pictures. He's always with her. He's at the fights. But what does he do? That is a question for the comment section. The hell does this guy do? But I know he is our manager, okay? I know that. And I know he was behind that whole debacle where Taila Santos didn't pay her people. Oh, I know he was behind that. Okay, he was 100% behind some of that debacle where Taila Santos didn't pay her people. He was also behind the negotiating debacle that the UFC had with Taila Santos. Okay, they said that, talking to this guy, he's damn near impossible. And, moreover, they like Taila. They just didn't like dealing with him. They didn't like him. And, now she popped. Like, guys, if y'all notice that she don't say a whole lot of stuff, but he's doing a lot of stuff, but we don't really know what he do. Let that speak words for you, okay? He's pretty much navigating her career. He's pretty much negotiating these deals for her. But damn it, is something wrong with this guy? Is something wrong with this guy? There's something wrong with him. Because when I look at Taila Santos before this guy, now of course she didn't have all the muscle mass. Of course, she didn't have a lot of, but she was still a decent fighter. I've seen the best versions of Taila Santos not be there. I mean, she got her ass whooped and handed to her by Dakota Ditcheva. Ditcheva whooped Taila Santos' ass. And I'm telling you, this wasn't even just a light ass whooping. She stopped Taila Santos, stopped her, made her quit. Like, folks, do you understand? Okay, and of course, they popped Taila. I'm pretty sure Taila may have been on steroids when she fought Dakota. I'm pretty sure she was. And Dakota beat a steroid head. Folks, that could have been dangerous for Dakota if Taila Santos could have got off. Could have been real dangerous. I mean, the damn girl was on clenbuterol, for God's sakes. She was on clenbuterol. Okay, that's a heavy pad. That is a very, very heavy pad. And you want to be stronger and more dangerous when you take clenbuterol. And Taila, she's probably gonna say, well, yeah, it got ingested in my system via food, contaminated. They always say the same thing, that, something was contaminated. And that's what she's gonna say. She's gonna say she ate something contaminated. Guaranteed that's what she's gonna say. But I tell you this though, y'all. I tell you this. I've just seen Taila Santos as a fighter just slip. She's not the same fighter, man. Taila Santos done did some effing up. Okay? Number one, she didn't get the orbital bone surgery. And folks, Taila was saying, we can just let it heal. We can let it heal on its own. We can just let it heal all by itself. And when you're dealing with orbital bones, guys, when you deal with that bone, it's a very fragile bone. And if it doesn't heal properly, it's not going to heal. And many times, surgery is required to correct that kind of injury. Many times. Sometimes, you can completely get away with the orbital bone injury, letting it heal on its own, but the damage can't be so severe. Did y'all see Taila Santos after the Valentina fight? After the Valentina fight, did you see Santos? Did you see how bad her eye was? Okay, now, yeah, granted, it came from a headbutt, but still, a cracked orbital bone, you have to get that repaired surgically. That's just what it is. You have to. And everybody listening to this, or if you've ever been a fighter, okay, you understand that the orbital bone, that's not a light fracture, okay? It's not a light fracture. And in some cases, when it's not addressed, you can even go blind because of the orbital bone not being repaired properly. But I know this husband, he's at the bottom of a lot of stuff. And I just think she need to fire this dude. She need to fire him as her manager. Like, he's just making a lot of bad decisions. I mean, do y'all really think Taila did a bunch of research and, stuff? This guy right here, guarantee he know about it. I guarantee you. I mean, this guy looked like roided up, man. He do. I mean, there's not an ounce of fat on him. This guy looks like he takes performance-enhancing drugs. So do you think the apple is going to fall far from the tree? Like, do you really think the apple's going to fall far from the tree? I don't think it is, okay? I don't think it is. I don't think the apple falls far from this particular tree. It's been this guy. And then, y'all notice Taila hadn't been the same fighter after she left the team. But when you don't pay people, when you don't pay the people the money that you owe them, they're not going to want to train you. See, Taila burned that bridge, man. She burned that damn bridge. And you can't do that. You can't burn bridges in this game of MMA. And you burned the bridge with the team that got you to where you were. Ain't that something, man? Okay, you use a team like they help you get to this point. They put you in position to fight for the title. They put you in position to start making six figures. They put you in that position, and then you screw them over? You don't pay them? And when you hear people's accounts of Taila not paying them, everybody got the same story. Everybody got the exact same story. Everybody. And I don't understand for the life of me, right? I don't get it. When a fighter takes on a fight and they contract somebody to actually, hey, be the trainer, I don't know why. Well, I guess in Brazil that might be a little difficult. Taila Santos would have had to pay me most of my money up front. She'd have had to pay me up front and then finish paying me the rest on fight night. I'd have had to do that with them. And apparently they have a history of this, of not paying people on time. Apparently they got a history of this. That's what I heard anyway. And y'all know when I get my sources and I get my information, y'all know my information is top notch. You guys know without a shadow of a doubt, my information is top notch. And I've heard that this is not the first time that Taila Santos and her goofy husband over here has tried to actually stiff somebody, trying to help them. Yeah. They done took that money, that PFL money, that UFC money, they done took that money, and they living a good life over there in Brazil. All along, and moreover, I still heard they haven't paid. They still haven't paid these people. And these people are seeking damages, trying to get the money back from Taila Santos and her husband. Well, Taila Santos is going to be out of a bag for 6 months. She can't fight. And, in the world of MMA, and if you're a female MMA fighter, if you can't fight for 6 months, if you can't fight that long, that's a problem. You can't make your money. And you got to understand, in the world of MMA, you're not in it. This is not something you do for 20 years, okay? You don't fight for 20 years. Maybe if you're lucky, you make it to 10. You might can make it to 10 if you're lucky. Only if you're lucky. But the average MMA career is between 2.5 years. That's the average MMA career. The people you see on TV, they're outliers. Okay? These people are outliers. But this is not something you do for over 20 years. It is rare that you find a fighter that's been fighting competitively on a high level for 20 plus years. That's very, very rare. And it almost never happens. So 6 months in the form of a fighter, a female fighter, that's a long time to not have any money coming in. That's a long time not to have an income, y'all. It's a very long time not to have an income. And, it's just Taila Santos' poor decision making. Her decision making, it just sucks, man. It's terrible, bro. And it's almost like, you think, has Taila given up, y'all? Did y'all see Taila in the lead up to the Dakota fight? I mean, it was almost like, Taila was getting all wet. Being around Dakota, it was almost like she was attracted to damn Dakota. Just enamored, like she was in front of, her favorite celebrity. Just enamored, touching on her, grabbing her and stroking her hair. I'm like, what the hell is this? I said, what the hell is Taila doing? Literally, she was enamored with Dakota. And I'm like, damn. I mean, okay. Damn, okay, I guess that's what it is. But Taila Santos, I think that this is going to be probably almost the end for Taila. It's coming down to the end, man. She can't compete in the PFL tournament, so she's finna lose out on millions of dollars, y'all. When I say millions of dollars, millions. And Taila Santos was reaching her financial peak in the PFL. They were paying her quite a bit of money. They were paying her good over there. Now, folks, she's done. 6 months, she'll be back, and and how much MMA do you think Taila has after that? Do you think she's gonna be smart and take that 6 months and try to heal? Go get the proper surgeries, go do what she need. And Taila Santos had even other injuries going on. Folks, I don't know about this. I don't know. I think Taila could probably almost be done. And when she gets off the pads, she's not gonna be as good a fighter. She's not. So Taila probably gonna get her ass whooped when she do come back. But you tell me what you think.